Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of all ages, it is Aussieverse, and we are back, proudly sponsored by Comic Bookaroo. I am Omnibo, joined by Single Issue Steve, and today we are sitting down with Mr. Chris Brown to talk about his creative journey across comics, novels, and tabletop gaming. He is the brilliant mind behind brutal and cinematic Slaughterhouse Universe, a horror franchise that has expanded across multiple successful Kickstarter campaigns, and he's built a world inspired by the classic slasher films that we all love. But we are here to also take a look at a couple of other things that we'll get there. But Chris, for now, introduce yourself to Australia and the world, mate.
Hi, I'm just Chris Brown. Not that one. I don't usually beat people for sound. But yeah, I do board games. I write novels. I make RPGs. We do streams. We just have a good old time as best as we can. Yeah, hanging out here in PA is just doing what we do.
Fantastic. What time is it for you now?
7 p.m. Thursday.
Okay. That's a good time then.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You've got we've got a few things to show here. I don't know, where do you want to start? What is it that you're most excited about to talk first?
Let's start at the beginning. The beginning, everything started with honestly, did you ever hear the show Tabletop with Will Wheaton?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Well, I started watching that a good god-awful number of years ago, and it got me into a game called Betrayal at House on the Hill, which if you haven't played it, you need to. It's pretty fun. But from there, I started getting into more and more what they call modern board games. And what I realized is I have a lot of boxes, and I wanted to try to make a game where I could play all of these styles of games into one box. And one of my favorite genres, I mean, I grew up watching horror, right? My first movie that I can remember was Friday the 13th when I was 5 years old, right? It's just been something I've always gravitated towards. And having this style of game has allowed me to modularly create any world you can pretty much think of in this town. So for instance, what you do is you have a set of locations, right? And each location has their own deck of cards. You pick 6 out of I think we have 20-something locations, and you lay them out. So that's your town, those 6. Then you pick a villain, and the villain is going to change how the game plays. For instance, we have the Slasher, which is homage to Jason, of course. And she just runs around the town and tries to kill you. She stalks you until you die, or until you stop her. Then we have the Dream Demon, which is totally not Freddy Krueger, but it is. And he goes between the real world and the dreaming world, right? Cannibal Rednecks, we have the Beast Within as our werewolf. God, I think we have 25, 26 villains in this game. But it allows me to have, like the Zombie Horde is a shuffleboard style game, right? You're flicking a little disc and it's going along the board, and where it lands in the target, that's how many zombies you're killing. So it's like you're shooting the zombies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's what this has allowed me to do, is to make so many different types of games all in one nice, neat box. How did I want to say? Oh, I did actually try to get the franchise rights for Jason and Freddy. You ever try to do that?
No.
Good luck.
Don't. I mean, I shouldn't say don't. If you want to do it, go for it. They wanted $25,000 a piece, and then 5% off the top of whatever you sell. And you could only use certain select images. It was crazy. I'm like, nah, I'll just make one up.
A lot cheaper.
Yeah, no doubt. And from there, I made this thing because I wanted people to be able to. It's cooperative, 1 to 6 players. I think we have 72 different characters that you can be. But I wanted it to be something that you could go and help tell your own fun horror story. Like, would you actually go in to the haunted asylum? Well, it turns out you would, because that's part of the game, right? Would you really go in there? Yes. And from there, I stretched it into the role-playing game. Now, the role-playing game lets you take it even farther as far as the tell your own story side of it, right? That's what RPGs are. They're just basically you sitting around telling a story with your friends and rolling dice. And from there, I get to the Slaughterville novels. Now, I have 3 Slaughterville novels published. They're up on Amazon. You can grab them. The Beast Within, The Slasher, and The Cannibal Rednecks. So those are my first 3 novels. I'm writing The Body Snatchers now. Exactly. You have to go in. Have you guys, I'm sorry, I know it's a tangent, but you'll get used to it with me. Have you ever done that with the going into the haunted places, the ghost hunting style thing?
You know what?
No.
That is so up my alley, but I haven't.
It is great. You need to do it.
We've got a place here, probably about an hour and a half drive from where we are. It's an asylum in Beechworth, a place called Beechworth in Victoria. We're in a state called Victoria. And with this particular place, there's something in there that doesn't like men. And quite often men will leave the place and they'll have scratches.
No way.
Yeah.
We got to get there. I got to come down. It's only a short plane ride. I could do this.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Sharif wouldn't have to worry.
Yeah, I had a few. Well, we do this show called The Crom Files, where we do all the paranormal stuff we talk about. But yeah, cool. So from there, I made, as we mentioned before, Gods of Metal. Now, Gods of Metal, right? Do you know what a deck building game is?
Yep.
Like Magic the Gathering, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, Gods of Metal is a deck building game where you and up to 3 other players form a band. One of you is going to be bass, lead, singer, or drummer, right? And you try to build the greatest heavy metal album in history to stop demons and overlords from taking over reality. The way you damage the bad guys is you build up decibels on your instruments. And then when you play cards to play the song, once the song is complete, beginning, a middle, and end of it, then the song is played, and that's how the damage gets to the villains, to the bad guys.
Steve and I would love that.
Oh, that's up our alley, mate.
We'll try to get you a copy in there.
Yeah, man. That's fantastic.
So just talking about that, mate, obviously you're a bit of a metalhead, and we are too. What are you into?
I think my first band that I can remember getting myself was Guns N' Roses, right? Usually Illusion 1 and 2.
Yeah, man. I still rock those nearly every day.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I grew up on. Then it went to Poison, Whitesnake, Motorhead, Ozzy, of course, you gotta. And then the original Black Sabbath, and we can go on Alice Cooper and all that.
All right, you can hang out with us. That's all right.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime, mate. You're welcome anytime.
Man, we've never spoken to somebody that's created games before, so this is quite exciting.
I appreciate it. Thanks. My next game that I made was called Gone Hunting, Pennsylvania, where it's a hunting board game, and it lets you build a map as you play the game. And then you go out, you hunt, you scout animals, you buy gear, see who has the most trophy points at the end of the 2-week hunting season. That is the only game so far that I've ever gotten a death threat on. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, a couple of people told me they wanted me to die. I should be gored by deer and left by the side of the road. Yeah, it was great. I love it.
Why? Why would they give you death threats? Because they got stuck in a level?
Yeah, PETA, animal rights activists, they really did not like the fact that I'm like, you guys know we're not actually hunting an animal here. I'm rolling dice to do this stuff. Yeah, no, they wanted me dead. It was great.
Oh my God.
Mate, you need to come over here because in our state we've got deer in plague proportions, and we've got like millions of the bloody things running around ruining our bush, and they're not natives. So come over here, mate, and cull a few. That'd be great.
There we go. Yes, when I come down, then we can do that, and then we can go to the asylum.
We planned a trip for you.
Exactly. We'll set that as the next stretch goal on the campaign, is for me to come down and hang out. Dude,
do you want to take a look at a video just in case? Because we've been here for 10 minutes and I want people to really kind of be sucked in with a few things. And visually, that's how you're going to get people as well, more than describing stuff. So what do you want to take a look at first? The Fountain of Shadows or the Jack Bishop novel?
Yep, let's do the Fountain of Shadows.
All right, awesome. Let's see here. Bang, bang, bang. Here we go.
Oh, okay. This is the live stream that we did for it. The trailer that I sent you is the Jake Bishop Fountain of Shadows book.
That's right. My apologies. One sec.
No, not at all. Don't even worry. Ain't nothing but a G thing.
It's actually also interesting too, because we don't affectionately on Aussieverse we call novels books because we have our books and we have book. So we don't really get many people who write books on our show. As a matter of fact, I can't remember if we've actually had one or not.
No, we've had people like Danny Fingeroth that has written books, but we didn't get them on the show because they wrote books. We got them on the show because of comics.
Yeah. So books, this is new for us.
Yeah, man. Let's have a look. Oh, why is it starting there? There we go. That's what we want. Excellent. All righty.
That's cool. That is cool.
After Effects templates are my friend.
So explain to people what we just watched.
Sure. Jake Bishop is based on a friend of mine's book, Doc Blaylock. He wrote this character, Jake, and his is more of a grounded, gritty noir detective story, right? Set in this town, in this place called Solomon City, where I asked him after I read his book, because it was a book and a comic. After I read it, I said, "Hey, do you mind if I take a shot at this? Because I like the pulp stuff, Indiana Jones, The Rocketeer, the whole 9 yards." He goes, "Absolutely, go for it." So I took Jake Bishop, and it started off as a simple enough case. Like, he gets just a simple an email, which, even though it's set in the 1940s, they have similar technology to what we have. So he gets a message and it says, "Hey, I'm hiring you to go look at the warehouse, try to find this thing in a case, in a crate, and then bring it back." That was the job. Well, the thing was missing. He gets back. His friend Clive, which you saw in the campaign thing there, asked to meet him because this guy's been... See, him and Jake were on a case together a long time back. Clive went missing, just poof, gone. Left Jake hanging. So Jake was kind of pissed at him. So when he meets him back up later, he's like, why do you need my help? Well, they needed to break into a museum to find and steal what was just taken out of that warehouse. It doesn't go well. And this is all first chapter thing. Clive is killed. Museum blows up. And now Jake is going all over the world looking for what's called the Rod of Horus and the Fountain of Shadows in order to stop. Think of it like Indiana Jones and Sam Spade meets Lovecraft kind of style.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Yeah, I'm digging that.
Yeah.
Let me know if... oh, here we go. Hang on.
Yep, so we have it. It's all done, printed, ready to go. I'm just waiting for the campaign to end to start shipping everything out.
Fantastic.
That's awesome, mate. And it's a pretty chunky book too.
Yeah, 287 is the page count.
Yeah, nice.
Should we take a look at the Kickstarter?
Yeah, sure.
Can you guys hear that noise?
No.
Okay, good. I've got sounds like they're got trees and wood chippers outside my window, so that's why I was muting myself.
No, can't hear it, mate.
No, honest to God, I didn't hear a thing.
Fantastic. All right. So back to here. You got 7 days left.
Yeah.
A very small. What's the word I'm looking for? The
funding goal.
Yeah, thank you. I went blank. So yeah, that would have been very easy to cross that line. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And here we go. We've now got the story, The Fountain of Shadows. Most days the work is simple. Then there are other jobs that don't fit. I like that. Ooh.
So yeah, that box that's up one is actually in the story. So
okay.
Yeah. They're going to be using boxes. But yeah, it takes them from Solomon City, which is where we start, and it travels to Tangier. Let's see, where else do they go? Antarctica, Pyramids of Giza, and they do an all over the world Indiana Jones style adventure to find these things before the dark power rises, as it said in the trailer.
Told in first person present tense, The Fountain of Shadows unfolds as the line between the rational and impossible blurs. This is a story about obsession, friendship, and secrets. If you love hard-boiled detectives, shadowed streets, adventure, magic, and mystery, The Fountain of Shadows invites you to step into the rain and see what's waiting at the end of the dark alley.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
That sounds cool. You get some stickers. We like stickers.
Yep. I have them here somewhere. They're already printed out. They're already ready to go. Just waiting to throw them in the box when the campaign's done.
Yeah, good work, Maddie. Good work. And Mona, okay,
yeah,
cool and resourceful, Clive's wife.
Yeah, she as soon as a little bit after Clive is killed, she shows up at Jake's office, and he's like, "I gotta help him finish this because I owe him one now because he died on my watch." And then that's how they get started on going out into the greater world.
Yeah, so how do you balance storytelling with game mechanics when designing things like this?
Like the book?
Yeah.
Oh, the books. This book's not a game.
Yeah, sorry. I was going back to the Slaughterhouse as well. I was just really curious when you're telling a story, you've obviously, like you mentioned the zombies before.
Yeah.
It's like the shuffleboard. To me, that just sounds really hard to be able to put together.
It can be. My main thing is, again, like I said, I wanted people to be able to have their own horror movie as they're playing the game, like something they can talk about later. And so what I did is each location and each villain has their own unique deck of cards. So like the things you're going to find in the mall are like the security guards, the fountain in the middle of the mall, different stores, the photo booth, a movie theater. And each of them have narrative text on it with a few choices so that there's a lot of variability. I wasn't able to speak there for a second. and it helps you to tell these broader stories. Like in the swamp has alligators, snapping turtles, a creepy old house, will-o'-the-wisps, things like that. And so this way, no matter how you build it, you're going to come up with this overall narrative for what it is when you're playing. So if you took the stoner into the school, got an energy drink, or you found a pair of sneakers on a zombie, it's a story you're going to have to tell later.
Well, if you've put that much thought into those projects, I can't imagine what a book would be like, because on paper anyway, you would assume a book is easier than tackling the games, but I don't know, maybe not.
They definitely have their own unique challenges, because with the game, it's honestly a little bit easier because the players fill in a lot of the gaps in the story. Yeah. But with something like these, with the novels, with this or the Slaughterville ones, I have to keep track of. I have calendars, right? I flip calendar where, okay, this happened on this day. This happened on this day. Who knows who's living, who's dead, who's not dead, and yeah, what car are they driving? What color is the car? All of this I have to keep track of when doing the novels, that I don't have to worry so much about because I can put car in the deck of cards, and if you happen to get the car, then there it is. I don't have to remember it from book to book anymore.
And also, too, a lot of people struggle to write in present tense as well, or keep it going. They kind of drift back to past tense a little bit. So, I mean, that's obviously something that you've got to really, really keep an eye on as you move forward.
Yeah. It's a lot of people like to write in the third person omniscient, where I'm God and I can see everything going on. By taking it into first person, it makes it easier for me to do mysteries, because then you only know what Jake knows. If he doesn't know something's going on, even if there's a secret shadowy cult doing whatever it is they're doing, he might not know that yet. So you're discovering it along with him. It makes it more personal and brings you into it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, you see it through his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a really cool concept.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the tiers here. Let's see here. If I go to back it, it'll give us, here we go. So you stop. Okay. Well, I'll do the US amount and Australian. So for $5 US, about $7 Australian, you can get the digital DRM free PDF of The Fountain of Shadows. That is so cheap. So cheap. You can also, if you want to up it a little bit, for $20 American or 28 Australian, you get the same. However, you also get a soft cover copy of The Fountain of Shadows as well. That's cool. Or if you think like me and you like it all hard, then you'll get the $35 tier. That didn't come out right. You know what I mean? $49 Australian. You get it all as well. But this time you get it in a hardcover and a signature as well.
If you wish.
And then go away. This
I know, right? It doesn't want to go away for some reason.
I'm pressing close and it's not going. Anyway, or you can get, this is the exciting one, the custom hardcover. And that's only $50 or 70 Australian as well. So even that's a really cool price. So let's just go back to this custom. Let's see here. Okay. You are annoying me. It's a YouTube thing.
Are we married? Because I'm used to hearing you.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. I have no idea why it's doing that. It's not even bringing the controls up for you. Jesus. There you go.
Usually things go a lot more easier. I'm just letting you know that right now, Chris. Please tell us about this custom cover, because that sounds really exciting.
Sure. Lori Calcaterra, I don't know if you remember, she was on with you guys.
Yep.
She offered to do custom covers not only for my 2 Slaughterville novels here, but also for this one. And what she does is she'll take it, she'll rip my hardcover off, and hurts a bit, but it's all right. And then she'll put on these custom covers that have this book. I wanted to go with the gray and the silver book look on it. So we're going to do gray cloth, silver trim, and silver logo and everything.
Yeah, nice.
So it's the same book, but it just has this 1 of 10 custom cover on it.
Yeah, man. So I'm such a sucker for things like that. Like I backed Laurie's recent Kickstarter, and she had those wooden covers, and I went, oh, I'm getting one of those. How many times do you see that in your life?
She took my she took my Cannibal Rednecks book, and she did a custom cover for that, and I'm like, I want a copy of that, because she took this leather that looks like skin and then did if you ever did miniatures paint, there's like a wash, and it goes in the recesses and everything else, and it made it look like pink bloody skin kind of a thing to it for this Cannibal Rednecks cover. And I'm like, I want one of them.
That's really
gives it a bit of a Necronomicon kind of vibe, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very cool.
And then we've got the stretch goals. Do you want to walk us through these?
Sure. Let's see. So the first one we have is, let me scroll down here on mine just so I can see it. There we go. First one is your cover print. We already got that one unlocked, right? And that's going to get a 5x7 print of the cover that we have. Then we're going to do a sticker, 3x5 sticker, the same one, because we did unlock that one. Then we would go for a custom bookmark. Now this side case is a short PDF story of the next case in Jake Bishop's day.
Cool.
Cool.
Do y'all ever hear of a book plate?
Oh yeah.
See, I never heard of one until I did this. Somebody recommended me doing a book plate. Sorry, I just read the comment. My bad. But yeah, so I thought that'd be pretty neat because I can make it a nice picture, something unique, and then we can sign it just on the book plate, and then put that in.
It's funny. I didn't know what they were either, and I was buying Ed Brubaker's Reckless hardcovers, and apparently not every copy has a book plate. Only some of them, and I wasn't even aware of it. And then people are like, "Oh, I'm after these book plates," and I just assumed I didn't have any because I didn't realize that the pieces of paper with the art were the book plates.
Yeah,
I was expecting something like heavier. You hear plate, but yeah,
think ceramic.
yeah. And then you got the audiobook edition. That's cool.
This has been my dream to do every one of my books this way. Now I know you're young yet, so you might not remember. They had these radio dramas, like
War of the Worlds.
Yeah,
exactly. Sherlock Holmes, Philip Marlowe, all of these old radio style dramas where they did the acting and they did the sound effects. That is my dream, to get each one of my books done in that radio drama way. So I have one of these on every campaign, and we're gonna hit one day.
Yeah.
And then I usually have after that one a tattoo tier where I'll go get a live tattoo and then I'll send you a temp tattoo along with it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. And let's see, you've got 7 days left?
Yeah. 7 days, and then we'll start shipping as soon as we get the money. I think it takes like 2 weeks for them to send you the money to release it. Yeah. And then as soon as that's in, then I'll start. Now the custom covers are going to take a little bit longer to ship, which is only because I got to pack them up, send them to Lori. She tears them apart, puts the new cover on with a ribbon, and there's going to be an obsidian bead on the ribbon bookmark, and then she'll send it back to me, and then I'll send it out to everybody else.
Fantastic.
Nice. Yeah. That's cool. And just looking at your funding, mate, I was having through some of your other projects, and as we were talking about before the show, Chris, you've been quite prolific on Kickstarter. There's a lot of stuff out there, but just some of these numbers, mate, are absolutely staggering when it comes to being funded. Like Slaughterville 2 was 202% funded, Slaughterville 3 260% funded, and Slaughterville, your role-playing game, 814% funded.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been doing Kickstarter projects since I think 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. So it's been a while that I've been doing these, and brutal honesty, my main way to meet people is through things like this, or at conventions, because I'm better when I can talk to you as opposed to putting up just the campaign, which is why I do so many of the streams, is because I just like them and I like talking to people.
Yeah, fair enough. Are there any recurring villains, creatures, factions that define the setting in any of these games?
Sure. Yeah, the whole town of Slaughterville is unique because it changes. See, Slaughterville is the town where all your favorite horror movies take place. Yeah, I was reading that. I thought it was pretty good. And when people come into the town, one of two things is going to happen, at least in the story, and that's how we play it in the game, is when you cross the border into town, you're either going to assimilate. In other words, the town will build a house for you. The town will give you a job, and it's like you've always been there. The only catch is, well, there's monsters everywhere. And if you happen to die to one of the monsters, people just forget you existed. So it's like, this way, the monsters get fed, the monsters will stay in the town, and they won't scatter out into the rest of the world.
Okay.
So that's why the town is there. It's like their prison. But then there's the other people who come into town and they stay awake. They know what's going on. They can see the monsters. They remember the things that happen. And so that's the players usually are the ones that are awake. And then they have to interact with, like, for instance, in the books, there's a bar that just suddenly appears. And it wasn't there before. Even the people comment on it. Like, I don't remember seeing that. But there it is. Because the town needed it to happen. And that's honestly, it's one of the nice things, is because it does give narrative freedom. Like, if you need something, the town can make it. But my goal is, it always has to make sense. Never do anything so the movie can happen, as they say in pitch meetings.
Yeah, man. I dig that. Let's give a quick shout out to our 4 lifers, because we know a lot of them are currently at their day jobs and will probably be watching this later on tonight. Thank you to all of these people that do contribute each and every month to Aussieverse. It really means the world to us, and it helps us with a few of the StreamYard fees and things like that. If you're interested in joining, it gets you into some social chats, as well as popping on the show sometime, and a couple of other perks. If you want to support Aussieverse but not spend a cent, then just subscribe to the channel and like the videos, please. I was going to say, were you a massive fan of X-Files?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, me too, man. Were you one of these people that was like so into it that you'd get so into like the conspiracy and Cancer Man and who's the father and what's the alien man? I was so into that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah,
Chris.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, it sounds like you've made and are making a crazy and awesome universe of stories and games. Keep being cool. This sounds awesome.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I put everything up. See, being in the States, shipping is god-awful horrible. Okay? So I never blame anybody from outside the U.S. that doesn't back and they want to wait till later. Please, dear God, do that if you need to, because that shipping of a $20 book might be $25, $30. It's not feasible, right? I accept it. I'm okay with it. So what I do is, after the Kickstarters or backer kit in this case is done, and everybody has it, because I always give it to them first, I'll put it up on Amazon. So now everything is up on Amazon. They print it local to you and they ship it to you for free. You know what I mean?
That's really.
And if you like it on Kindle, I have it on Kindle as well. You can get it free on Kindle Unlimited, for God's sakes. You know, how much better can you get them free?
The international people would love you, or will love you, I should say. And anyone else watching, if your company doesn't do this, can you do it for us, please? Because it costs us a freaking fortune.
It only makes sense. And please, that's why I put my funding goal so low. Don't back it if you're from out of the U.S., because it's going to just drive you insane with shipping costs. It's going to come to Amazon, and you'll be able to buy it and print it from your area.
Yeah, fantastic. I've got this massive cool. Going back to Laurie, I've with her campaign, I've backed this big bundle with the wooden cover, the chili sauces, and all this sorts of stuff. And I'm dreading how much the shipping's going to cost for that. I'm just waiting for her to message me and be like, "You now owe me $1 million."
I feel kind of bad because I gave her the recipes for the hot sauces.
Oh, no way.
I made the path of the pale sauce first, just for something I was doing for the fun of it. And I threw in the ghost peppers and made it a nice barbecue sauce, and I send it out, and she's like, everybody loves this. I said, dude, take the recipe, have it. I don't care. Here you go. And she's just been sending it everywhere, man. It is great.
Yeah, man.
Oh, mate, this bloke loves his hot sauces like crazy.
And I love finding really unique ones. Like Steve actually bought me this apple sauce, chili sauce, not apple sauce, but it was apple, I don't even know how to describe it, but you don't see that sort of stuff often, so whenever I see a really unique chili, even if I'm not sure if I'll like it, I've still got to try it. But all the ones that Lauren had looked great. And it's a double-edged sword, because I'm kind of hoping I don't love them at the same time, because then when they run out, what do I do?
Yep. Did you get the honey mustard one with it?
Yeah, well, I think I'm getting everything, like the whole that she's got. Yeah, I think it was like 6 or 9. I can't remember.
Yeah, I sent her that's my recipe too for the honey mustard. I put Carolina Reapers in that one. So I mean, if you like hot, I think there's 8 or 10 Carolina Reapers in a batch. So it's a good one.
Making my mouth water just by talking about it.
My ring hurts thinking about it.
What has your fan response generally been like once receiving your books and games and things? Have you had, and to expand on that, have you had any feedback that you've been surprised with and taken on board, or just gone, nah, that's dumb?
I have. Usually, the feedback's pretty good. And when I first started doing things like this, I was nervous about getting the negative feedback. But honestly, you just have to expect it. And most people are not saying it as a way to be insulting. They're just telling you this didn't work for me as part of it, which is all good. I don't mind it at all. For instance, the one guy wrote that the first 2 Slaughterville novels were great. The second novel, the slasher one, was his absolute favorite. But the third one, he said, was a little long. It felt like it was a slower paced thing. And I'm like, that's cool. I get that. Because, well, I think it went from 300 to almost 500 pages because I had a lot of story to tell with the Cannibal Rednecks. Which, did you ever see Con Air?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. In the beginning of Con Air, that song, How Do I? And then Nick Cage and the old lady are making out and all that stuff. That's the song I had going through my head when I was writing this book. Because it's I make you fall in love with Cannibal Rednecks. The wife was reading it, honest to God truth. The wife was reading it and she starts bawling at the end. And I'm like, what are you crying about? I can't believe this happened, and I don't want to give spoilers. I said, sweetheart, I said, you do understand they're cannibals. They're killing and eating people. Yeah, but, and I'm like, if I can do that, I did my job. That's
making your wife cry from something you've written.
Yep.
Is a fantastic accomplishment. I think that is really, really good. Was there any characters or storylines you've written or created that surprised even yourself while writing them?
Yeah, honestly, this started off as just when I was doing because I do outlines for everything. Okay, I'm a big proponent of keeping things in order. But he started off, he was just going to be in Solomon City and doing a case inside of that. But as soon as I started writing this, it's like something else took over. And he couldn't just stay in the city anymore. He had to go out into the world. And that's when it went from a noir detective only into a Indiana Jones style pulp adventure, Rocketeer, The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, that kind of a thing. So yeah, that's the one that really honestly surprised me the most, was this guy here.
It's funny, whenever I think of noir, I don't know why, but my first thing that I think of is Roger Rabbit.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Great film. I got a good question here from Maddie. Actually, Chris, have you made any characters that were loosely based on people that you've known in real life?
Absolutely. I have a book that I'm going to be re-releasing There was a whole publisher issue. It's not important. But it was called Survival. I wrote it in 2005 after a bad motorcycle accident. And it was about 2 security guards working in a cosmetics factory. Now, the owner of the factory wanted to live forever, right? That's why he's into the cosmetics thing. And he's making deals with demons and things. Well, these 2 security guards don't know anything. They just want to sit there, hang out, and BS and play games and stuff. Well, all of a sudden, one night, the whole factory goes into lockdown. And it's their job now to figure it out. Well, at the time I was writing it, I was a security guard. And the other guy that's in the book was my buddy Jeff. In fact, it was the weirdest thing. I used the names as placeholders, Chris and Jeff. But then by the end of the book, I can't see them as anything else. I know it's stupid to have them as my name and his name. I get that.
That's cool.
But I can't see them as anything else. The weirdest thing is I'm still getting royalty checks for that dang thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I got invited to a couple of conventions about it, but they were in Germany, and I'm like, I can't really get over there.
So just talking a little bit more about Slaughterville, mate. So I love my werewolf stuff. So tell us a little bit more about the Beast Within, because correct me if I'm wrong, and I think I read it right, is not only have you got the book, but you've got a graphic novel for it as well. Is that correct?
Yep. Everything started off with graphic novels, and they are around somewhere. I can send you the PDFs then if you want them. But yeah, and what I did is I took those first 3 graphic novels and I expanded them, went deeper into it, for the novels. In fact, the Cannibal Rednecks is completely different from what the graphic novel was. So yeah, it's not a mystery. It's not a spoiler, because I'm bad with doing spoilers. Lori yells at me all the time for doing spoilers. But the chief of police in Slaughterville is Chief Bertram Wallace, and he's a werewolf. So yeah, he's
werewolf cop.
You'll see. You'll see when you read it. I want to tell everything. I would tell you the whole story if it were me, but I know I would get punched in the nads.
Well, we were funnily enough, just recently we were talking to one of our Australian creators over here, Sean, about a project that he's working on, which is all about I guess it's folklore here in Australia, about a guy called Ned Kelly. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of him, but he created a suit of armor and went up against the police and eventually got hung and died here in Melbourne. But his book it's got werewolf police in it as well.
Nice.
Isn't it?
It looks really
Ned Kelly, Werewolf Hunter.
Ned Kelly, Werewolf Hunter. Yeah.
Send me that title then, so I can look for it.
Yeah, we will.
I'll grab it I'll put it in the private chat. While I do that, can you tell us what's the most brutal or terrifying scenario that you've personally run in the game?
Oh, in the game. Oh man. Let's see. I think one of the worst, 2 of them. One was the slasher, because we just got overwhelmed with this slasher because she's extremely high on the attack thing. But another one was Dracula, because Dracula's coming into town to find Mina Harker, his lost love kind of a deal. And it's up to you to find him before he can escape. So it's a timer. You only have 7 days. Then he leaves.
Oh, that's cool.
And it has a day and a night phase, and Dracula's powerful at night, weaker during the day, but he can still move around. And during that one, we just happened to get just the single worst luck. We were being killed by Dracula left and right. And the nice part about the game is when you die, that character is dead, but you just bring a new one in next time.
Yeah. So are you still playing D&D? Because I was going to say, did you? And I'm pretty sure you bloody well did. So are you still playing D&D?
Oh man, I played that back when like Final Fantasy 1 came out on the regular Nintendo. That's how old it was. And we were playing with hex maps and everything else. I think our first one was Strahd. Now since then I've gone away from D&D, but I got the Arkham Horror Cthulhu stuff, the Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I love it. And of course, the Slaughterville one. But let's see, what else do I have? I have, if you never played the Army of Darkness RPG, dude, you got to check it out.
No. No, I haven't.
Yeah, I have the Army of Darkness. I have Everyday Heroes is nice because it uses the 5e engine, but it brings it into modern. And they have all kinds of different settings, like Escape from New York, Total Recall, The Crow, Pacific Rim. But it uses, like I said, the 5e engine in order to run these. So I think you might get a kick out of that one too.
Yes. Hey, Chris, just talk about Slaughterville as well, mate. And I know you talked about the 7-day thing, but have you got in your game like campaigns that can kind of link up, like it's an ongoing story over a couple of gaming sessions or something like that?
With the board game, you can do that, but it's not that would be more of a narrative, you do it yourself thing. I don't have a campaign mode. Now I want to make one. So
yay.
But the RPG one, that is meant to be, overarching campaigns. And we have, let me get this out here quick. It won't take me long. We have different stories for you to go through, different adventures. That's the werewolf one. That's the new neighbors is the body snatchers. And then the doctor is almost like a Hellraiser haunted asylum. Funny story, this asylum here, one of the backers reached out to me and said, "That's up from my house. It's not too far away from where I live." Like, that's awesome. And then this one I did for Lori based on her book. So, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome, mate. So
you
created a mini universe. Haven't you? It's just going to keep expanding.
Yeah.
I think maybe I could back your stuff and get it sent with Laurie's, maybe.
We could do that. Yeah, I'll talk to her.
You guys are close, as in where you live?
No, I'm in Pennsylvania. She's in Texas. It's a 24-hour drive for me, but I got to send her. I got to send her the hard covers anyway to do the custom cover. So I can just drop yours in right with it. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings any.
Fantastic. I put that Kickstarter in the private chat for you as well.
Okay.
All right, let's have a word from our sponsor, Comic Bookaroo, and then we'll wrap things up.
Nice.
And take one more last look at the Kickstarter and ask him a couple of very important questions. This is our sponsor, Comic Bookaroo. Free bag and board with every single issue. You can build a box and get your whole shipment sent later. And you also can get back orders now. That's now open for collected editions. So go check out Comic Bookaroo, Australia's #1 online comic book store.
Comic Bookaroo, proud sponsors of Aussieverse for all your comic book needs. Graphic novels, hardcovers, omnibuses, single issues. Don't forget to pre-order every Sunday at Comic Bookaroo.
Alrighty. Chris. Zombie apocalypse. Yay or nay? Is it a good thing that happens tomorrow, let's just say, or are you hoping that would never happen?
Let's just say, while I wouldn't hope for it because I know a lot of people wouldn't make it. Let's just say I kind of prepared a little bit for it.
I had a feeling.
Good answer.
As far as the U.S. government knows, all of my guns fell into a lake somewhere.
Dracula, or as they call him in Australia, Sharif. Poor Sharif, he's not here to defend himself.
No, he's not.
Yeah, man, because I asked that question because, you get into these conversations with people and they're like, man, I wish there was a zombie apocalypse tomorrow. I'd be like out there, people don't think about it too much though and realize what it would really be like. But I'm always curious as to what people's answers are with that, because every now and then you'll meet someone and they're like, yeah, absolutely, I'll be out there buttoning heads and I don't care about the world and that's the way I want to live. I'm like, yeah, go watch Walking Dead. And tell me if
could you imagine the smell?
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, they don't realize they would either be somebody's the B word there, or they would be they'd be killed in a little bit because you don't have grocery stores anymore.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. The other interesting thing that I read a few years ago is some scientists apparently did some little mini studies about if there was a zombie apocalypse, how long it would actually last for. And they reckon it would cap out at 2 weeks.
What?
Because of all, cap out at 2 weeks because all the flies and everything would just, they breed and breed and breed. And eventually the zombies would just fall to pieces because of all the maggots and stuff.
Oh my God, I never thought about that.
Yeah, there you go. Different take on it.
Maddie, you're hilarious, man. You're hilarious. If you could, now this is going to be a hard question because I know that there's going to be about 1 million that you want to say. But if you could only pick one licensed product, one IP to hop into your universe and take part in these games or your stories, which one would you choose?
I think the only one, because I've done an homage to almost all of them.
Yeah.
But the one that I would want officially in is Hellraiser.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You're a Hellraiser fan? I like that.
Yeah.
Did you see that Kickstarter?
Oh, the comic book, the omnibus.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
If it's $600, man. Yeah. All right, Steve, have you got anything else for our first-time guest on Aussieverse?
No, I just want to say, mate, thank you very much for jumping on and having a chat with us. There's so much cool stuff that you're doing. And the other thing, too, is it's just really different from a lot of the stuff that we normally talk about. So it's been a fascinating discussion.
I'm sorry, Lee. They really don't like Sherry.
He's a good man.
I appreciate you having me on. It's been a blast, and I've been looking forward to it ever since we first started. Lori told me about you guys, and I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to reach out. They sound pretty awesome.
Yeah, I should have known you were going to be a really cool guy just from that connection because I got along with Laurie just like that, like straight away. And this was over Messenger, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's pretty hard to say, yeah, you're my kind of person in like a 5-minute Messenger discussion. So yeah, man, anybody from your crew, you bring them to Aussieverse and we'll be more than happy.
Absolutely.
What have I got left here? Okay, if somebody had never played RPGs before, why should Slaughterhouse or one of yours be there first, do you think?
This one I designed to not only be scalable to what kind of level of horror you're looking for. You can play this as straight a tamer version of horror, or you can really go into it. I have in here a stress mechanic. So if you're seeing a lot of scary things or seeing a lot of grotesque body horror stuff, your stress is going to rise, and then you can end up panicking, or you can get mental disorders from it. So not only can the physical damage give you physical injuries, but you can also get mental injuries for it too. So this thing is actually, did you ever hear, I know you know Aliens, and I'm sure you know Blade Runner and all of this. Well, there was a company out called Free League Publishing, and they did Aliens, Walking Dead, Blade Runner. I know there's a couple more, but they did these games, and they used the Year Zero engine. So I reached out to them and I said, look, I really like the stress mechanic from Aliens, which if you haven't played it, it's good. He killed me every time. And I liked their general mechanics from the other games. So what I did is I took Aliens and I took the Blade Runner mechanics, mashed them together, and I created this. It's very easy to get into. I think it takes maybe 4 to 5 minutes to set up a character. We've done it on streams and we've showed people. It's real simple. And it's a good beginner one because you can tailor it to the level of horror stuff that you want. Yes, you can still have zombies, but don't describe them as, as in detail as if you're watching Return of the Living Dead style. Same thing with the werewolves. You can get into the fact that the werewolf is going to tear people into pieces, rip intestines out, throw them over their head. Or you can just make them bigger wolves, right? However you want to do it.
Okay. Second last question that I got for you is, if a player remembers one thing after playing the game, what do you hope it is?
The thing that I really hope they remember is one of those insane moments that you always claimed to want to do in a horror movie, because I will get that a lot. Like, oh, I said I would always do a run-up, jump, kick off the wall, and smack a zombie in the face. Okay, go ahead and do that. Well, son of a gun, they actually did it. Right, that kind of a thing. Just those good, fun moments, the things that'll stick out and remember for years.
I think it's also a good idea to mention that that sort of stuff's really cool, but also to the expansion packs.
Mm-hmm.
Get those people.
They're all up on eBay too. It's
cool.
They're hanging out. eBay. Again, if you want the RPGs and the books, go to Amazon. You're going to save yourself a metric F ton of shipping. And same thing with the novels. Yeah, grab them for free on Kindle Unlimited if you want. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I put them up there for that. Because I would rather, I know a lot of people, like I put out the PDF as DRM free, right? And so many people are worried about piracy. And I understand it. But my thing is, if you're reading my book and you like it so much that you want to give it to somebody else, that's just another person enjoying it, man. That's all I care about.
That's cool.
That's cool, man. I dig that. All righty. Well, I think that's about all the time we've got today, Chris. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for reaching out. Thank you to Laurie for hooking us up. Thank you, Steve, for communicating this one and hooking that up as well. And thanks for taking the time to being on Aussieverse today, mate.
I'm just honored to be here. It was great.
Well, we hope we're now part of your rounds when you do other things as well.
Absolutely.
Last question for the night, my new friend, is, if I said to you, what is Aussieverse? What would your answer be, Chris?
I would call it a collection of individuals that enjoy things that may be out of the mainstream.
Okay. That's a good answer, but you need to slap Laurie for not giving you the correct one, because it is and always will be for life. We'll catch you next time, and we'll speak to you after, Chris. Thank you. Woo!